Welcome to the Barter Edge podcast, your insider guide to smarter business, bigger networks, and better ways to trade. We're here to share real stories, expert tips from different industries, and fresh ideas to help you grow your business using the power of Bartercard. I'm your host, Jen Trevorrow, and today I'm here with a very special Bartercard member, Miss Annie Noon from FotoForce. It's absolutely a pleasure to have you in the studio with us today. Annie, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Thank you, Jen. It's always lovely to see you. Yeah, so I'm Annie Noon from FotoForce Photography. It's a business that I run in conjunction with my husband, David, and we have a studio based out of Burleigh Heads, but basically we do all kinds of photography and we operate anywhere from Byron Bay to Brisbane is our patch, but most of our work is on the Gold Coast.
Your work is absolutely sensational. I've been privileged enough to see your presentations, and the scope of your work is just amazing, from business photography for your headshots and things like that, to family, to pets, to events. Your event work is just amazing. So
I love photographing events because I love capturing just the spirit of a people go to so much trouble organising these amazing events, and to have them documented photographically, creatively, is fantastic because it becomes almost like a historical document of that event, So I love to capture all the little secret moments when people aren't looking, and everything and anything that's happening on stage and in the room, and just try and capture the vibe. So I love photographing events, and it is something I've become very much known for on the coast. Yeah.
Annie, you've been a Bartercard member for quite a long time. Can you share with us how long you've been a member and maybe how Bartercard has helped your business?
Yes, well, I have been a member now for over 20 years, so a long time. And during that time, I have traded over $1 million. So you can see it's brought, and I mean, that's me earning dollars and spending dollars. It's probably half and half in each court, but you can see how it's really added an extra stream of income to my business that I wouldn't have otherwise had. So it brings new clients to me, and I always find the Bartercard people, as in yourself and the lovely Renee, who's also there, you're really good at promoting us, finding what we're looking for. If there's something we want to buy, you'll kind of research it and try and find it for us. If there's an area that we can be promoted in so that people come to us, that all happens too. So it's really reciprocal, and I love that.
Yeah, and it's interesting because a lot of marketing and things like that, or networking even, you can't track where the business is going and, how much you're investing into a marketing campaign. You can't always track what you're getting in return, but with Bartercard, you can actually track everything, can't you?
Yes, absolutely. It's all down there on record. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of the innovative or strategic ways that you've been able to use your Bartercard account?
Well, look, I see it as, I've been able to really improve my lifestyle. A Bartercard has afforded me to buy things that perhaps if it was coming out of my bank, my normal banking money, I'd think twice about. So I put solar panels on the roof through Bartercard, which was fantastic. My house, I also operate a business on one level of my studio, and that whole house we painted inside and out. Now, we bought all the paint on Bartercard, and then we got tradesmen in to complete that. That obviously took a couple of weeks because it's quite a big job. Outdoor tiles we've done on Bartercard, and my garden, which is extensive because I have over half an acre of gardens, that so many plants have been bought through Bartercard, and they have now grown up to be beautiful plants that I actually use as backgrounds in my photos. So it's kind of created lovely settings within my garden from all those plants. So that's just a touch. On a personal level, I remember at one stage having this really big shindig of a party, and we basically did the entire party on Bartercard. We did the catering, had a huge cake made. It was to celebrate my wedding, so it was my wedding reception. I bought a new dress, I had my hair and makeup done, all of that was Bartercard. We bought alcohol for it, we had a cocktail maker, we had a musician. Really, it was just a beautiful, beautiful party for everyone we know, and it was totally, paid for with Bartercard. So that was fantastic.
That's amazing. And I'm so glad that you've brought this up. I was having a conversation with a woman who works at a cafe a few weeks ago, and she said her previous employer had Bartercard and they got all of their staff bonuses through their Bartercard. And she goes, I loved it because I got to pay for a third of my wedding and got some of the extras that I never would have been able to afford.
That's exactly right. Yes.
So it can help you in your lifestyle and your business.
It does, and it's helped me with both for sure. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Annie. From your experience in photography, what opportunity or trends should business owners be looking into?
Well, look, in today's world, there is so many streams of promotions that you can follow. You know, so many different aspects to social media. You know, you've got LinkedIn, you've got Instagram, you've got Facebook and all of the other ones too, TikTok, etc. And I think what businesses need to do now is be brave enough to put themselves out there, because doing that brings work to us. It's kind of like our advertising now, and particularly when you get other people who jump on and add comments because they've used you and they can sing your praises. So it becomes like a whole advertorial promotion for you and your business. And I think in today's world, people do want to know about you. They want to know about the face behind the business. They want to know what your passions are. They want to see if they're in sync with you. There are so many reasons why you really do need to be promoting yourself and all the aspects of your business out there in today's world. So, you know, for all of those reasons, you know, I can help with that because, of course, I can produce some beautiful imagery which helps to sing your praises.
Absolutely. I've got a bit of a pet peeve when I go onto websites and there's no about section, but there's also no real people on the website. Like, I know for myself, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners will agree, that people want to do business with real people. And so we need to inject that personality back into the business. And
absolutely, rather than using stock shots, which are just these anonymous people to make them absolutely real. And I've developed a new sort of way of photographing groups of people or teams, because I do a lot of different corporate teams, some who have large employees, you know, 25 people, 10 people, 15 people, and we've created this way of photographing people where we can photograph you individually whilst we're doing the shoot and deep etch you or cut you out, and then we blend all the images together to create a current team look. And if somebody leaves, it's very easy for us to drop that person out and then insert the new person without having to photograph everybody all over again. It's just a way of really keeping your teams up to date. And I'm doing that for a lot of businesses around town, and they can see the advantages of always having something that's absolutely current and up to date of who their teams are, you know, what areas they work in, etc.
I've seen some of that photography, Annie, and you couldn't tell. It looks like you've
exactly.
got them all.
That's right. Look, you know, sometimes we photograph them at the back of a warehouse or something like that. We put a bit of a white background up, but then we end up, once we create the team look, we might put them at the beach, or we might put them on a building site, or, you know, we can create a new look background for them with ease. And it also means it just lends itself to, once you've got that deep etch team photo, you know, you can put it on an Easter background, on a Christmas background, and it becomes your company kind of Christmas card, that sort of thing. So it's quite innovative, and a lot of people are really liking it.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, you've had a lot of experience, and you could talk about photography all day, I reckon, and I love looking at some of the things that you've captured. Who's the most famous person you've been able to capture?
Oh, look, I guess people always talk about my photos of Richard Branson. He was on the Gold Coast with his, not really his offsider, but it was kind of his right-hand man, was an ex-Bondi student, so he Australian who went to Bond University, worked with Richard for several years, and they were actually in town for some sort of Virgin Music Festival, but they heard that there was an entrepreneurial TED Talk on at Bond Uni. Of course, he heard about it because he's a Bondi, so he gets all the current thing. And he said to Richard, wouldn't it be amazing if we just lobbed in on that unannounced kind of thing? Well, it was announced to Bond, but the students didn't know it's happening. So they just landed in their Virgin helicopter, and I sort of got the inside word, so I went and photographed him for a couple of newspapers and things. And he's such a lovely man, and nothing is too much trouble. I mean, unlike a lot of big-time people, big note people, he was "Are you sure you've got enough? Is there anything else you want me to do?" Nothing was too much trouble for him. He's just a really, really pleasant individual.
What
That's
a
one of
remarkable experience for you, Annie. You would have been the envy of every other photographer
I
for
actually
that.
photographed him twice because I photographed him at Coolangatta Airport once. Again, it was another Virgin Airline promotion thing. So, yeah.
Has Bartercard helped you promote your business to more opportunities?
Yes, as I've said, it opens up a whole stream of business that you might not have been, you might not have known about otherwise, because you can promote us in-house, but you also promote us personally through all your trade coordinators and things. So, yes, sometimes you've come up with ideas that I haven't thought of, and it's ended up in me, selling lots of vouchers, that sort of thing. So it's been great.
Speaking of vouchers, what offer do you have for people listening today?
I have 100% Bartercard vouchers that I'm doing at the moment, and that is kind of split into two areas. One I'd see as if you're needing a great new corporate headshot, then it's a 1 hour photo shoot. So in that you could probably do 3 outfit changes to get 3 different looks, and it would include your 10 favourites that we fine finish and edit and always bring out the best of yourselves in our editing. And I usually do those at my studio at Burleigh, but it's very easy just to stroll outside and do a few outdoor ones as well. So you can have that incorporated into a studio and an outdoor setting. So that is $440, which is a good price for 1 hour and 10 images. But also for the same price, and again, it's 1 hour and 10 fine finished images. You can use that for your family portraits, or it could be a beautiful couple just got engaged or something, or it could be you with your pets, or it could be, your daughter's going off to a school formal and it's the photos that you take beforehand before she goes off to the formal. You can incorporate it in any way you'd like to that revolves around your family and something personal like that.
Oh, Annie, thank you so much. That's such an amazing offer for all of our Bartercard members. If someone's listening right now, though, and they aren't a Bartercard member, what would be your advice to them?
Look, I would say, definitely look at Bartercard. And as I said, it is, you have your normal business coming to you, but this opens a whole new stream to your business makeup. So, when I'm doing my bookwork, I have my cash customers and then I have my Bartercard customers. So it's just another stream to my bow, and basically brings you in work that you wouldn't have otherwise got. And in turn, often those people then recommend other people to you. So it keeps escalating and keeps growing.
Absolutely.
So, you can't really lose.
Thank you so much once again, Annie. We love you at Bartercard.
Thanks, Jen.
You have photographed some of our team as well.
Yep.
And I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for being with us today and sharing your stories and expertise. If you want to find out how Bartercard can help your business, or if you want to be a guest on our future podcast, contact our team at hello@bartercard.com. Make sure you tune in for our next episode of the Barter Edge.